As of today, tens of thousands of state workers are working without a contract. Whether or not that changes anytime soon remains to be seen. However, both sides confirmed tonight that new contract negotiations are underway. Dan Levy joins us live with the progress report. Dan?
Kumi, the governor is determined to close a $10 billion budget deficit, and under the threat of more than 9,000 layoffs, it is clear to everyone this round of labor negotiations will be quite challenging, to say the least. In a difficult budget year, is it possible for amicable contract talks between labor unions and the governor to take place?
We're working very hard to do it. Obviously, we said layoffs are a last resort, so all sides are working very hard.
But the governor also said he's relying on $450 million in unspecified workforce savings.
If the governor's looking for CSEA to give him $450 million, it's not going to happen.
Danny Donohue is president of CSEA, the largest state labor union with 66,000 members. The governor says he's willing to lay off 9,800 of them if necessary.
We recognize that in a time when people are screaming jobs, jobs, jobs across this country, laying off 9,000 people is not the way to go.
And so the governor was asked, could you reach a labor deal without layoffs?
You could. Will we? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see.
If the governor is going to stand there and lay off anybody, to me that's a failure of government.
Donohue and others in the labor movement are confident their cause is gaining traction, especially because of what's happening to workers' rights in other states like Ohio and Wisconsin.
I am very confident that people have been awakened, and they're awakened because they're saying we're electing these folk to do something, and what we really want them to do is figure out how we put more people back to work in this country.
We are in some enormously difficult financial times, and the only problems that I would see in negotiations if one of the sides digs in and refuses to acknowledge that.
Arlene Holt-Baker, who you just heard from, is the national AFL-CIO vice president, in town today to address about 500 CSEA workers. Her appearance kicks off a week-long series of labor rallies across the nation, including here in Albany. The event coincides with the 1968 assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who incidentally was in Memphis to support sanitation workers seeking fairness and respect at the time of his killing. Reporting live, Dan Levy, News Channel 13.
Thank you, Dan.